Renault's dynamic duo celebrate their second 1-2 of the season and Menu's 6th win, but it could so easily have been Plato's first. Menu would start from pole position for round 10, with longtime rival Ricard Rydell alongside, Plato and Tarquini on row 2.
Rydell's creeping, and so is Tarquini. They could be penalised for that, but now it's go. Bincliffe on the right, on the grass. Oh, and he's hit Tarquini, but Bincliffe's up 2 seconds from 6th on the grid. Tarquini spin, they're all going off. Look at that, Rydell's off. Ricard Rydell amongst them. Now we're in car with Tarquini. No points for him today. Can't even get it started. Oh, what a day. Oh, and that's Watts. Patrick Watts in the Peugeot. Rob Gravitt in the Honda, the independent, trying to get going again. But meantime, at Druids, Alan Menus out front. John Bincliffe in the Audi. That's good. Second place, ahead of Frank Bieler. Down to Lodge. Menu leads. Bincliffe second, four-wheel drive. Then it's James Thompson in the Honda. Behind him is Frank Bieler fourth. John Cleland in the Vauxhall. Warwick, then Leslie. Number 4 into Deer Leap. Through to complete the lap into the new one. So, Alan Menu, he's pulling away. Bincliffe is pulling away from Thompson. Bieler is there. That's Derek Warwick in 6th position. Round the right-hander at Old Hall corner they go, and that's a Peugeot off. Don't know which one it is, but it's a Peugeot off. And at Cascades, there's the battle. And Tim Harvey's attacking. Tim Harvey in the Peugeot goes past Leslie. In car with Leslie. Reed's past him. There's Rydell past him. Well, so Leslie's lost places there, climbing up Clay Hill. Round to Druids again. Let's see who comes round. Tim Harvey should be ahead of this lot. There he is, Tim Harvey, damage to the right-hand side of his car. Behind him is Reed, battling for 7th position, down to Lodge. Now, Anthony Reed is on a charge. Reed in the Nissan. He's behind Harvey, but not now. Reed goes through, Harvey turns in, Rydell hits him. Oh, and this changes, and Derek Warwick is pulling off.
And those flames coming out of the exhaust of the 888 Racing Vectra are telltale signs of a blown engine. Never mind 888 Racing, time to call 999 for emergency. That's the end of his race.
I pulled off, the engine is cut.
Okay, Derek.
Oh, very weary and fed up sounding Derek Warwick out of the car. Well, steady on, Derek, we'll need that door again. And here is Tarquini coming in. What happened, Gabriele?
What? I was in the middle of the 2 other cars, and Bincliffe turned into the high back. I was there and he touched me and I spun.
Rydell, Tarquini and Plato had come off worst in the typical Old Hall first corner clash. Tarquini was out, but now Rydell and Plato were fighting their way back through the field. Plato from last place, and the dramas weren't over yet.
Made contact with John, or John made contact with me, JT, and put me in the barrier. Okay, you alright? Yeah, I'm okay.
Undaunted by the mayhem, Jason Plato was driving his most spectacular race yet, forging through the field, taking advantage of every overtaking opportunity. He was soon back up to 5th place.
He's really into the swing of it now, and there's Bieler. Now, the Bieler, the multiple champion, 4-wheel drive Audi, goes well at Oulton Park. Does it go well enough to resist Jason Plato's Williams Renault? Bieler is 4th. Down the avenue. And he's through! But Bieler's in trouble, no doubt about that. Look at the way everybody is streaking past him.
It's impossible to steer the car. Understand, Frankie.
Impossible to steer the car. Well, we're not used to seeing Audi having mechanical troubles, but Bieler's had them this year.
No such problems for Menu. Lapping Lee Brooks, who was heading to his first Total Cup win, Menu was heading for a clean sweep at Oulton Park. His 7th win of the season and another 16 championship points. It will be a weekend to remember for Alan Menu. Behind the Total Cup battle for second place between Colin Galley and Jamie Wall, James Thompson took a hard-earned second overall from Rickard Rydell, with the flying Plato fourth. And as the champagne flowed for Menu, it must have seemed that after 3 years of finishing second in the Drivers' Championship, he now had a real chance of becoming champion. Behind him in the points, Thompson and Tarquini's Oulton Park accident had cost them dearly. Rydell and Plato had moved up to second and third, the Honda men to fourth and fifth. And despite his problems, Biela had moved up from 7th to equal 6th in the championship points with David Leslie. And as Renault extended their lead in the Manufacturers' Championship, it was still neck and neck for second between Honda and Volvo, with Audi and Nissan continuing to close as well. And there was jubilation for last year's Total Cup champion Lee Brooks. After 10 races, he'd finally turned his Peugeot 406 into a winner.